Everybody wants to get discovered. More importantly, everybody wants to get their books discovered on Amazon. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you a #1 secret that I use to get my books more discovered, especially on Amazon. So stick around. Hey Right Riders, it's Keith Wheeler here, and if you want to continue to get all the hints, tips, and tricks on how to make self-publishing easier, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, smash that little bell icon so you get alerted each and every time I put out something new. Well, I recently got an email from a viewer asking me how to get their books more discoverable on Amazon. I'm going to tell you the #1 way that I suggest right off the bat, simple and easy, to get your book more discoverable, and that is categories. Now, I know, especially if you're using KDP, that you've probably already got your book in 2 categories, maybe even 3. But did you know that you can actually have your book in up to 10 Amazon categories? Well, if you didn't know that, I'm going to show you exactly how to get your book into 10 different categories. Basically, it comes down to 2 parts. 1 is find your 10 categories. And 2, let KDP know that you want your book in these 10 categories. So I'm going to flip the screen around and show you exactly how to do both parts. I'm using Chrome browser. You can just as easily do this with Firefox or another browser. Basically, what you want to do is you want to find up to 10 categories that are relevant to your book to have your book put into, so your book is as discoverable as possible. We're going to do it for my children's book, Mimi's Adventure. I'm going to click in here. I'm going to go to Kindle eBooks, Kindle Books, and here are all the different categories. You want to cover as many different categories as possible so that way you can find your readers wherever they may be searching. But again, you want to make sure you keep it relevant to your book as to not mislead the potential buyer. Children's eBooks. So I'm going to scroll down, and it is an adventure book, so we'll start here. It's not about animals. It's not really magic. It is humorous, so we'll go in here. And as you can see, this is as drilled down as this particular category goes, and we have a total of 3,000 results. So I'm going to take this category, and I'm going to hit Control-C to copy it. And then I'm going to open up Notepad, and I'm going to simply paste it in here. And let's see, we're going to do this as okay. And then I'm going to go through and I'm going to do this 9 more times. I'm going to find 9 different categories. Now, it may be possible that I can't find that many categories for my book, and that's fine. Again, you don't want to mislead anyone, so you want to make sure that they're still relevant to your book. I'm going to click back on the ebooks, children's ebooks, and see where else it can be. It is fiction. So we'll click on this. And it would qualify as a bedtime dreaming book. I'll click on that. As you can see, this one's a much bigger category. It's over 20,000, but we're gonna put it in there just in case. Control-C. And sometimes what I will do, just to begin with, is in parentheses I will put the competition, because if I end up with more than 10 categories, I want to make sure I put it in the categories that have the least competition as possible. So what I'll do is, if I end up with more than 10, I will only put it in the 10 least competitive categories. All right, so we're going to do one more. Go back to children's ebooks. Again, we'll go into the fiction, but this time it's actually stories about toy, because the Mimi is actually a doll. So I'm going to do this one, and hopefully this is less competitive. Look at that, only 1,000. So that's absolutely a wonderful category to be in. So we're going to grab this. There we go. And this is what you do for a maximum of 10 categories. Now once you go through this, if your book is available in paperback, you'll do this exact same process, but instead of in Kindle ebooks, you will do it. You'll go over here and you go to Books and Audible. You'll go to Books. In my case, I would go to Children's Books. But now that I'm here, I can just go over Children's Books. And again, narrow it down the exact same way I did with the ebook. So now that we have our list of categories for our ebooks and our paperback, we need to ask KDP to actually put our book into those categories. So let's flip over and I'll show you how to do that. Here we are in KDP. I've done a search on my book, Mimi's Adventure. I'm going to need the ASIN for the ebook. I'm going to copy that and put it in my notepad. This is my ebook one. Paperback. And now we need to put the request into KDP. So scroll to the top and click on Help. Scroll down to the bottom, click on Contact Us, Book Details, and right here it says Update Categories and Keywords. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to do it as an email, and then for the subject, I always put the same thing, which is Update Categories. And then they give you this huge form to fill out. I'll be honest, I don't use it. I literally just Control A and delete all of it. And I always type the same thing. Please add my book to the following categories. Every marketplace is going to have different categories. So for this one, I'm going to do it for Amazon.com. But if you want to do it for Amazon.ca for Canada or UK, you're going to have to go through the same category search process that I did previously, but do it for each of the different marketplaces that your book is in that you want to change the categories. And then I'm going to put ebook ASIN, copy that over. It's going to go Amazon.com, and then the categories. Now that I know which categories I'm going to use, I can remove all this information. And I usually put brackets around it just to make it easier for the help desk, because some of these categories get really lengthy and they may wrap, so just to avoid any confusion. And then I just copy them, paste it, and there you go. And then you just simply click send a message. You'll typically hear back within a matter of 12 to 24 hours. Well, there you have it. How to get your book discovered on Amazon. If you have any questions, concerns, or ideas for future videos, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And on your way out, remember to give a thumbs up to help support the channel, and subscribe to the channel, and smash that little bell icon so you get alerted every time I put out something new. It's right there. Give it a smashy smashy. Until next time, I'm Keith Wheeler, and remember to write right.